Hi there, I'm Lisa Bronner, and today I am doing a midweek mini live. This is number 6, and the topic today is reading labels. So I have a set of products here. They're all Dr. Bronner's products, but today when I was just, doing my thing, getting ready for my day, I was realizing how much information I have learned how to extract from product labels, what they say, what they don't say, how they say it. And so I thought perhaps that might be interesting to share with you. So if you're out there and you are watching, I'm going to use my computer so that I can see if any questions come in, but go ahead and say hi so I know you're there, or give me a wave. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that are on a product label so that you know what to look for and what they mean. So I wanted to start, first of all, the most important thing to look for on a product label is the ingredients. It's crazy the road that we've been on just to get the ingredients on product labels. They've been on food for so long, we're used to it, but on personal care products, there's still some work to be done. Cleaning products, even more so. So you want to look for the ingredient list. Now on a Dr. Bronner label, it's right on the front. So like right here. Oh dear, the light's too bright. Okay, well right under the product name you have the ingredients. Now a good thing to look for in the ingredients is it really long? And can you pronounce them? Are they things you know? You might even be able to picture them, like growing in nature. So for example, this is the Dr. Bronner's Almond Pure Castile soap, and it has water, organic coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, organic palm kernel oil, organic olive oil, organic hemp oil, organic jojoba oil, natural almond, citric acid, and tocopherols. So if you can picture most of those, maybe the sodium hydroxide, you're not sure what that is. That's a very old part of soap making, commonly called, actually it's not lye. Lye is sodium hydroxide, but it's a similar alkali that's needed in order to transform those oils into soap. So you want to look for that. If that ingredient list is missing, that's a red flag. If it's really long, it probably means there's some stuff in there that doesn't need to be. They might be fillers, they might be synthetic ingredients. So that's a bit of a red flag. If you really want to dive into what the ingredients are, I highly recommend going to a website such as the Environmental Working Group's Skin Deep database. If you just Google EWG Skin Deep, you'll get to it. And what you can do there is you can actually plug in a product name, and if it's a known product, like they've got almost 100,000 products, I think. So like, you see, it might even just have the list. And if it doesn't have the actual product, you can probably plug in the ingredient. In fact, I know you can. So look for the ingredients. The next thing I want to talk about are certifications. Now, certifications are, they're really important because they communicate to the consumer that what the company says has actually been verified by somebody outside. But that only matters if you understand what the certification is. So it's a bit of a shorthand for what the company is doing. Now, Dr. Bronner's has a boatload of certifications, and the reason is because we really, really want customers to know that what we say we're doing. All of these are third-party audited. If a certification is externally audited, then it means something. If it's internally audited, why? Why couldn't they get somebody outside the organization to verify it? So you want to look for ones that are externally audited. So what we have here on the Castile bottle is Fair for Life. That's a fair trade certification, verifying that the people involved were treated well, paid well. We have OTCO, that's Oregon Tilth certification. That they are our organic certifier. You might remember all the organic oils I mentioned in the ingredients. So they're a very stringent organic certifier. And then we have Leaping Bunny. That verifies that there's no animal testing in the making of this product at any stage. Then we have the Vegan Certified, which means that there's no animal product in, no animal ingredient in the product. And lastly, we have the non-GMO certification, so that there's no genetically modified content. Another little logo that's on here, it's not a certification, but it's one that a lot of people don't know what it means. It's a little open jar, and it has a number 24M in it. That's not a certification. That is a symbol that indicates the open shelf life of the product, or at least the guaranteed open shelf life of the product. So the number 24M in this case indicates that once this bottle of soap is opened, it has a guaranteed shelf life of 24 months. We anticipate that it would actually be fine for much longer, but that's what we guarantee it for. So as far as a few other certifications, you might notice I'm going to go to the balm. So this is our Organic Magic Balm. Fantastic product for any sort of skin irritation. So you can see it's a little hard with the glare here, but it's actually in black. The USDA organic seal. That is, at the moment in America, the gold standard of organic certification because it indicates the highest content, highest organic content. Now, you might be asking, why didn't the Castile have that? That's because in order to make soap, you have to use some minerals, such as the potassium hydroxide I mentioned. And you can't make soap without potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide. And so that takes it below the threshold for the USDA organic logo. But the balm has it, and many of our other products have it too. Okay, a couple other certifications you might see. Let's look at the coconut oil. So this is our regenerative organic coconut oil. It has the USDA organic symbol because it's it's just organic coconut oil. But it has this other one, and this is the newest label certification we have, and it's probably the newest one that exists. It's the regenerative organic certification. So if you can't see it, it is a RO, and then it has a little leaf and it has an arrow. Regenerative organic is actually the new highest bar certification you can have. It is a 3-part certification that combines organic standards, fair trade standards, and animal welfare standards. So in essence, this one could replace a lot of the other certifications I was showing you on the Castile. It can replace the organic certification, the fair trade, the Leaping Bunny, the vegan. I'm sorry, that actually doesn't have a vegan component, but animal welfare, as far as no animals were harmed in the making of the product. So that's something to be learning about. You'll also notice the word silver underneath because regenerative organic has 3 bars, bronze, silver, and gold. In the pilot audit that was done 2 years ago that we submitted, the coconut oil as well as the hand sanitizer and our peppermint oil all underwent the audit. They all earned silver, and that was the highest certification given out in the pilot. So that was pretty good. I'm so sorry, I just misspoke. It's not our hand sanitizer. It was our palm oil that we use in our bar soap. Now, palm oil is, a problematic ingredient in a lot of products, how it's produced, but the way we are producing it earned the regenerative organic silver certification. So that was pretty cool. Okay, one more product. Now, have you heard? Dr. Bronner's is making chocolate. Big story there about, it has to do with our palm oil. I'm not going to go into the chocolate at the moment as far as why we have chocolate, but I do want to talk about more certifications. So these are some food certifications. This one here that says UDE, that indicates a kosher certification, but made on equipment that also processes dairy. So the bar itself is vegan, but in case somebody has a significant dairy allergy, that would be an important one for them. And then you're also going to see on here the B Corp certification. Now, B Corp is actually a certification that Dr. Bronner's as a company has. It's not a product certification, it's a company certification. So all of the products could carry the B Corp. We just don't have room. So there you go. One other certification that I forgot is on coconut oil is just the full kosher, which is the K in the circle, and that indicates full kosher certification that the coconut oil has. So certifications, there's a lot to be read into certifications when you see them on product labels. You know, we try to have the best ones so our customers know that the products are as good as they can be. So another thing that you can get off of a label is the manufacture date. A manufacture date on personal care products is a little bit different. It's called a Julian date. We get a lot of questions about it, like how old is this product? It says it on there, but you have to know how to read it. So on the bottom of every bottle, there's a typed on logo or a set of numbers. And so for this Castile soap, it says 20 and then 244. That is a Julian date. The 20 indicates the year, so 2020, and then 244 indicates the day of the year out of 365. It's a 5-digit number, and so it's slightly shorter than if we had the 6-digit number, and we have so little space on our bottles, we need to make things as short as we possibly can. So this bottle was produced in 2020, the day 244. Oh goodness, I should have looked this up ahead of time, but it's going to be sometime around September, I think. So you can look up Julian date online, and you could find out the exact day of the year that 244 is, but it's going to be sometime around right now. So that is where you can find out when your bottle product was made. One thing I thought was funny, and this is actually what I was looking at this morning. You have to know Dr. Bronner's products really well to recognize that this is really old, because this label here is a very old label. Usually if I'm doing like a really official video, I wouldn't show this because it's not current. But what you can see, it's got a serif font in the label, and it's the banner across the top is calling out our certified fair trade, which was new at the time. And the reason I know it was new at the time is because I looked for that Julian date down here, and it just says 343. And at that time, instead of putting 13 for the year, we were just using the last number. And so this bottle was made in 2013, the 343rd day, which is going to be in late November. And the reason I have such an old bottle is because at Dr. Bronner's we can bring our bottles into the plant and have them refilled. Now many stores do this too, and you can ask yours to. We have these 5-gallon totes that they could get refilled and then just sell refills, and that can cut down on bottle usage, which is definitely a good thing. All right, so that was a lot of information. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. And you can ask even if you're watching this later, I'll see the questions about labels, certifications, expirations, ingredients, all that good stuff. You can ask me anything you want. So let's see, did a question just come in? Nope. All right, awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to know when I'm going live, like my page and you'll get a notification, and I will see you the next time we go green.